A samurai loses his memory after an accident in his city. His body swims to the other side of the island and a man rescues him. He gets better and he decides to take a killing career to make money. In the process, he encounters several things that bring back his memory. Episode 1. Seven, a young boy who has lost his memory, thinks about being a killer. He dreams of killing his target and the person who sent him. He wakes up and talks with his only friend, Doibo. At that time, Seven sells beef. He gets a buyer and prepares his beef, but the buyer rejects it, claiming Seven isn't a professional, so he chases the boy away. Doibo asks them to become killers. He rejects the idea, but Doibo says they will make more money by being killers. He claims they will travel to Stan with the money and he will get his memory, so he decides to be a killer. He takes a cover-up career at a hair salon and starts his training. They start the first training, secret infiltration, and give Seven an egg that makes him change form. Then the second training is killing with one strike. The third one is to flee from the scene. He shows him an animal named Xiao Fei, which is fast and can drag him along. The fourth training is merciless. A killer must be without mercy. After graduation, he takes his first case to cut the bride's hair at her wedding. As he gets there, he gets distracted while watching the couple's videos, and he mistakenly cuts the groom's hair. By the time he cuts the bride's hair, he alerts the other guests and he runs away. While running, he bumps into a robot. He figures the robot is from Stan and asks if they can recover his memory. The robot attacks him, claiming he has a token that belongs to people from Stan, and he is ordered to kill anyone with it. As they talk, a lady comes and destroys the robot. She tells him the token belongs to the people in Killer's League and threatens to kill him if he doesn't say where he got it from. Xiaofei drags Seven away, and Seven asks Doibo where he can meet the people of Killer's League. He tells him the league looks for strong killers, so if he becomes part of the top 10 killers, they will find him themselves. He asks Doibo to be his manager so he can be a killer. Episode 2. The chief of the cats, Meow, orders him to stab the chief of the dog, Mad Bark, in his house the next day. To fulfill his duty, he changes into a dog to gain entrance. He finds a heavily guarded dog and assumes the dog is Mad Bark. Although he doesn't look like the one in the picture, Mad Bark notices him and asks for his name. Mad Bark smells human scent on him and decides to test him by asking him to eat shit. However, Seven couldn't. He changes into a human and jumps at Mad Bark, but he is caught. After some torturing, he brings out his guitar and plays annoying songs for Seven. He finds the picture Meow gave Seven and finds out it's Meow. He tells Seven Meow is his former lover, but he broke up with her when he realizes they can't give birth together, so she is angry at him. Seven advises him to reconcile with Meow, and he escapes by changing into tiles. Later, Mad Bark is seen apologizing to Meow. Episode 3. As they talk, the same lady who attacked Seven comes for Mad Bark. Meow breaks her sword and recognizes her as 13. She is the number 37 killer in the rank of killers. She tells Meow that she wants Mad Bark. Mad Bark asks if Meow employed anyone else to kill him, but Meow replies otherwise, so Mad Bark changes into Seven. It turns out Seven has been disguising himself as Mad Bark. Meow angrily releases her dogs on Seven, so he changed into a stone with the powers of the egg. 13 walks away thinking he has escaped, but a dog defecates on the stone, so he pushes the dog and catches 13's attention. 13 returns and he introduces himself, but she claims she will kill him. He calls Xiao Fei, who drags him into the sky, but 13 throws darts at him and drags him back. He divides his scissors into two and attacks 13. As they fight, he drags her closer to escape her sword and kisses her. She gets angry at him and decides to defeat him, but a huge figure holds the sword. He finds out Xiao Fei has changed due to the dart. Xiao Fei hits 13 and she accepts defeat but promises to come back and kill 13. Episode 4. At the salon, Seven gets a customer. He assumes the woman, Chairman Yang, wants to cut her hair to the picture she gave him, so he cuts her hair and she tells him she wants him to kill the person in the picture with him. She claims to be the chairman of the society and the victim is a pervert who likes female underwear, and the members of the Purity Society want him dead. He goes for the mission and watches the man come out of the boutique. He disguises himself as a female underwear, and the man picks him up. At the man's house, Jiang comes to set his house on fire, but Seven defends the man that he isn't committing a crime. When Jiang insists on burning him, Seven saves the man. The man is glad and says that's the first time someone has made him feel better. Episode 5. He goes for another job and sees an older woman, Granny Chen, selling oranges. She deceives a young boy to buy her oranges and he reluctantly pays. As she leaves, she picks up Seven disguised as a carton and puts him in her bag and takes him to the school to pick up her grandchild. Chen is Seven's target, and as he prepares to attack her, a dog drags the bag. The dog and Chen struggle with the bag, forcing Seven to change to his real shape. He tears Chen's bag and she insists he has it, but he has no money. Later, Chen's grandson leaves school, and Chen sees her grandson's hair is badly cut. She asks who cuts his hair and the boy points at Seven. It turns out the boy's father brought him to the salon that morning, and he was the one who commissioned Seven to kill Chen, his mother. Chen goes to hit Seven until Doibo comes to his rescue by shooting an arrow at Chen's grandson. Chen runs to save her son, but Seven breaks the arrow. At home, Chen's son sits to sign her death assurance but is surprised to see her alive. Episode 6. He gets another mission to kill a young girl. He meets her and she tells him she has a bucket list and has to achieve it before dying. He offers to help her. Her first mission is to see a man running naked. He undresses and walks naked for her. Then he goes to the hospital to disturb a nurse. They go to the zoo to ride a lion, but they see the lion sleeping. She wakes it and it chases them, so she takes her picture. After doing all the missions on the wish list, she confesses that she was the one who employed him and she is terminally sick and wants to die. He changes his mind and tells her he will use her fee to take her to a doctor who can heal her. If you enjoyed the recap, please like our video and subscribe to our channel. Episode 7. After that mission, he gets broke. They go to an island where they get a call from the Coast Guard, Uncle Chen, who asks they help him stop a captain threatening the coast. He goes to meet Chen, who says the coast is underfunded and he doesn't have money, and he accepts to do the job. There are no protective suits, so he changes into a fish, and Chen throws him into the water. He meets Jack the captain, who attempts to kill him. Jack accepts to leave if Seven can move his legs. Seven distracts him and was able to move his legs, so Jack leaves. Episode 8. He gets a job from a wife to kill her husband if he is with a lady. He goes to meet him but he sees him with a bodyguard. He gets nearer to him and meets his bodyguard Dashun, who asks if he is an assassin. They get into a fight and Seven is unable to defeat him. He tries to distract him and fails too, so Dashun hangs him on his neck. They fight to where 13 is and she throws a sword at him, but he pushes it toward Dashun. She leaves him and promises to come back. Later, Dashun and Seven sit to talk, and Dashun advises him to make money through better means. As they talk, they notice a missile flying to the island, and Dashun sacrifices himself to save the people while Seven runs. Episode 9. It turns out the missile is from the Stanians, and Seven meets with the Prince of Stan, who uses his power to gauge Seven and attacks him. The prince announces that there is a huge energy on that island and he is there to retrieve it, and when he does, the island will collapse. Doibo tells Seven that the world is divided into three: the Stanians, who are good in technology, the Xuanwu, who are good at kung fu, and them, the commoners. The villagers go to fight the Prince of Stan one by one, but they lose. Jang joins the fight and fails too, so Seven says he will fight the prince if they pay him. Episode 10. Before going to fight, Doibo tells Seven how he got to the city. He says he was found almost dead, and he took him to the hospital. He also gives Seven the sword they found on him. Seven fights the Prince of Stan and fails. Then 13 joins him in the fight. He hangs on his neck and stabs him. He uses his scissors and collapses. But the prince remains fine. As he lies unconscious, he regains his memory. He was the strongest man at Xuanwu, and it was 13 that he wanted to save when he got wounded. He stands up and stabs the king with his real sword. When 13 sees it, she calls him master. All the villagers appreciate him for his help, and 13 helps him to carve new scissors. Thanks for watching our video. If you want us to recap the next season, let us know in the comments section.